Hey, what's up guys, this is Sky495 here reviewing a very popular USB microphone, and that is the Blue Yeti. If you haven't already, you can go ahead and check out my unboxing video of everything that came in the box. The link will be in the description box down below. Now this microphone normally retails on Amazon for about $130, but I got it luckily on Black Friday for only about $65. It comes in a ton of colors, including one for each color of the iPhone, minus the product red color. But the one here I have is the space gray, which is pretty much the same color as my iPhone. So just to quickly talk about some features, this is a plug and play, which means you don't need to install any drivers. You can just plug it in and start recording. Just make sure that you change the audio hardware to Blue Yeti when recording. So if you use Adobe Premiere Pro to do video editing like I do on the Mac, then you have to change it under Preferences and Audio Hardware. And if you're going to use it for some music recording or something else using Audacity, make sure you change that as well. There's no built-in battery, so instead it's powered through your computer's USB port. It consumes power at 5 volts at 150 milliamps. And for a little bit more specs, it has an impedance of 16 ohms, a frequency response of 15 to 22,000 hertz, and it has a tri-capsule array, which means it has 3 condenser capsules that can pick up sound from almost any direction. That being said, it has 4 recording modes, which you can control here on the knob on the back of it. It first has a stereo mode, which is good for recording in a single direction with slight variations in the right and left, so it's good for music, single instruments in particular. And then you have omnidirectional for recording from multiple directions, like an orchestra or just getting noises all around the microphone. And then we have the cardioid, probably the most popular mode that you would be recording in, and it records from a single direction, so it's able to block out background noises, so that's good for voiceovers, podcasts, vlogs, solo singing, etc. And finally, we have bidirectional for recording in 2 directions, such as 2 singers harmonizing or an interview. Located just above the recording pattern knob is the gain to control the sensitivity of the microphone. It has a headphone jack on the bottom for real-time audio monitoring. On the front of the microphone, there's also a mute button to stop the microphone from recording. When the light is solid, that means it's not muted, and when the light is blinking, it means it's muted. And below that is the volume control for the output to the headphone. And it has this proprietary removable stand. On the bottom of it has foam grips to help to keep the microphone secure on maybe slippery surfaces. And it's also removable, which means you have the option of attaching it to an external stand if you so choose. Its articulating design allows you to angle the microphone in almost every which way and store it in an even more compact position. And now concerning sound quality. Okay, so here's just an isolated sound test piece of a person who are just speaking right into the microphone. This could be good for voiceovers, which is what I've been using for this entire video, or if you'd like to do vlogs or podcasts, something like that. So here's just a quick little isolated microphone test of me just talking directly into the Blue Yeti. And now here's a piece of the audio coming from my camera, the Sony a6000. I'm just talking directly, and you can totally hear the huge difference in sound quality. And now for an instrumental sample. Now you're currently listening to the recording from the Blue Yeti. And now from the built-in microphone of my Sony a6000. Back to the Blue Yeti. Back to the Sony a6000. And let's end back on the Blue Yeti. So you can tell there's a huge difference in sound quality, particularly in the instrumentals. You can hear very detailed sounds, and it's able to isolate what you're trying to record and blur out any background noises. And now touching quickly on build quality, I think the microphone's built quite well. It is an almost all metal construction, including the stand. My only complaints would be the plastic parts, which would be the turning knobs for the volume, gain, recording pattern, and for removing the microphone from the stand. The knobs for the stand in particular is not very well designed. there's a piece of plastic sandwiched between the microphone and the stand that rotates with the knob, which makes removing and putting the microphone back kind of a pain. There are also some slight paint imperfections on this particular space gray model as seen here, although do note that unlike other colors, this does not have a chrome ring here at the top, but overall I do think that build quality is pretty solid. The difficulty in turning some of the knobs may have to do with this particular color and how they applied the paint. So my final thoughts on this product: it's definitely a go-to microphone for YouTubers, super popular, and that's because it's so versatile and at a great price. But one thing I do want to point out is the size. Sometimes the pictures don't do it justice, but here is it next to my MacBook Pro 13-inch. And of course, this is also considerably bigger than my previous microphone that I've been using for a long time, the Samsung Meteor mic. Now, I still really like that microphone. It's also a USB mic, and I got it for around $60. And that's usually the normal price is $70. It's much more compact, but it does have its limitations. If you want to check out that microphone, the link to my review of that will be in the description. So if you're looking for a good upgrade for voiceovers, then you might just get away with Samsung Meteor mic. This Blue Yeti might be a little overkill for you. But if you're looking to record a variety of sounds, or anticipate expanding your audio recording abilities, then you can't go wrong with the Blue Yeti. So that'll conclude this video. I hope you found it helpful. As usual, if you did, please give it a like, it would be greatly appreciated, and subscribe to my channel Skyforce95 for more product reviews like this. Thanks for watching.